Hey guys, Tyler2K here, and I would like to make a case for Mokujin. For those who are unaware, Mokujin is a random select character who changes the character that's actually being played every single round. Now that's not to say you can't get the same character twice in a row, and that's also not to say that you can't get a character like Kuma first, and then Panda after, or Eddie first, and then Christy after. While Mokujin's model will remain the same between characters, his stance will change to the corresponding character he's playing as. In the case of characters who typically have accessories, such as Deviljin with his wings, or Roger with his tail, Mokujin will get those accessories to better distinguish what character you're playing as. What's important here is that due to his model not actually changing, Mokujin's arm and leg length will be the same regardless of which character he's playing. Obviously, this won't make much of a difference if you're playing as a standard male body size type, but as soon as you get to the more extreme cases, you'll have things like Mokujin playing bear with relatively long legs yet very short arms, the complete opposite of the bear's defining features. And ultimately, that's the real downside of Mokujin. Not only do you have to be aware of all your character's options, namely pretty much all the options that are actually available in the game, but you'll also have to know Mokujin's specific combos and punishment. So for every positive Moku-Dragunov, you really have 2 to 3 characters who are significantly worse to counterbalance that out. Although it should be noted, there are way more characters who are worse for Mokujin than there are ones that get a benefit. So by definition, Mokujin is low mid-tier at best. Now there's one more little bit of complexity that we really need to address. Namely, with 2D characters in the game who now have meter, how the heck do we do that for Mokujin? Even more so, the meter generation between 2D characters is not uniform. For instance, Geese generates way less meter than a character like Eliza. He generates so little meter that if you were to start at 0, chances are you would not even have 1 bar by the end of the first round, which obviously presents a huge problem if you only get Geese once in one of your 5 rounds. So presuming Mokujin was not to get any sort of 2D buff, not only would we have big characters who Mokujin will not be very good as, but then you'll also have 2D characters without meter and unable to generate enough meter to do any sort of damage. Now a couple of quick solutions would be to maybe give Mokujin some sort of hidden meter generation. Whenever he's not playing a 2D character, he still has a 2D meter that is being measured and generated at all times just like a 2D character, but he doesn't actually gain access to that meter until a 2D character is actually rolled. Or an even simpler solution would be to double meter generation when playing as a 2D character, but not actually to carry that meter over. This would create an interesting dynamic where if you get a 2D, 3D, 2D, the Mokujin player will likely be hobbled, although if you were to get 2D into a 2D, it might actually be even more of a benefit. And ultimately, that's what Mokujin's about. Chaos.
The end.